So please check with availability on hsn.com or give us a ring. Okay, we're gonna talk more protection, and what's nice now is we're gonna talk about the men in your life, and for the men who are watching, because we have a fantastic special in leather. All
Genuine
leather in a bifold wallet in your choice of brown or black. And I was double checking, yeah, this is 50% off today. $24.95 was originally $49.95. It is a customer pick, and it's available with 2 flex pays. This will also come beautifully gift box in an impressive TravelSmith, their classic color, their blue color, and the TravelSmith with the little airplane off to the side gift box. So that's even impressive. But let's talk leather. I can smell it. Even as you were just kind of opening it back and forth.
Right?
Oh, that is soft.
So buttery soft. You know he needs one. You know he needs a new wallet. Whether it's dad, brother, your husband, a good friend, he needs a new wallet. You might as well be the one that refreshes his things, you know, and also helps him be protected, because maybe he's heard about RFID, but how is it affecting him? Well, it's affecting him too. So you want to make sure that he's got the protection and that this becomes like the vault. I'm hoping that we can share once again that radio frequency illustration where the radio frequency is being disseminated, and the bad guys have their ability to actually capture your name, your account number, the CVC code number, the 3-digit number on the back. They're able to capture the expiration date, everything they need. And do you know, not only do they now have the information, yet you still have possession of your card, but they're able to grab that information. And I don't know how they're doing it
that easily. It's so scary.
Like 3 hours, and then look, when you put it in the wallet, and you can just put it, you can put it, you know, anywhere in the wallet, and now it's like a vault. See? Nothing's
and turn
going
it
to
around.
happen.
Just
turn it around. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It absolutely does not matter. So the point is, within a few hours, they have mass produced the credit card number on another plastic card. And they actually have a machine to do this. And that's how they're able to go to restaurants and to stores in town, make their purchases. And so many stores now, we don't even have to be there in person. I do all of my grocery shopping online. And it gets delivered. It's a great service. But I don't have to have an actual card. I set up my account. They can do that if they have your information. Don't let them do that. Protect yourself. But now you can do it for him, the man in your life, in a very elegant, attractive, genuine leather, very sleek kind of way.
And smart. You know, and yes, we can go out and probably could find a $30 okay quality leather men's wallet. It's not going to be RFID protected. It is not going to be this quality of leather that we are talking about. I wish you could just, you know, let you feel it through the screen, but you'll see with the reviews that we're running at the bottom. And the same thing, you know, excellent quality. When you open up on the inside, and everything, even the card slots, everything is done in that fine, beautiful, supple leather. It is a double separated billfold on the top, so you can separate, you know, the bills that they have. It comes in either black or brown. Most people are ordering 3 or 4. It is so smart to do. Yes, will this be available in the TravelSmith magazine and online? You betcha. At $49.95, not at $24.95. And this is the only scheduled travel clearance show on the day today. Yes, we have an entire site on hsn.com with all kinds of great clearance specials going on, but this is the only on-air scheduled travel clearance event, and having our, you know, #1 travel names, such as TravelSmith. And this is also, if you look, it doesn't start off bulky, does it? It has more of a very slender footprint.
Yeah, very sleek, very slender. Do you have a grandson who left for university this year, or he's back at school? What is he carrying his credit card in? What's he carrying his school ID and the credit card, the debit card that you gave him, or even the gift cards? Very important that all of our loved ones have the protection. And ask them, you know, do you have an RFID wallet?
Yeah.
And because then they need one right away, for sure.
And, you know, it's funny with men and, you know, boys that are carrying, whatever age they may be, a wallet, they just don't think about it.
No.
You know, they'll pull out their wallet, you're at dinner, and the whole thing is falling apart. I mean, they're not even, I'm sure it doesn't even enter their mind RFID protected at the same time. So, yeah, so you're saying, well, yeah, you know what, I was going to get my husband, or I was going to get my son, or I was going to get my brother a wallet anyway. Why not get one with a name, a reputable name, all in leather at this crazy special sale price, and also a smart purchase because you're protecting them in the long run. You know, it's what you'll say. You'll read it over and over again. If you're going to invest in a wallet or in a travel tote, please make sure it has some type of RFID protection to it. What's wonderful about this is Alexandra's showing you the entire inside is protected. It's not as if you have to buy special individual paper in slots to put your card in and then put it inside, so only specific areas or that one card is going to be protected. No, as soon as any of that personal information goes inside here and it is completely closed, it is completely protected. So it's peace of mind. This is why RFID has been the #1 most important investment in the last couple of years. And now, taking it from the leaders in travel, knowing that this is a customer pick favorite for the gentleman at $49.95, definitely stock up here. Get a couple of these. To your point, great boss's gift. Great if you want to put a little gift card in for your nephew, right? And then also teach them a little bit about protecting their information, because the information will come in the box too, saying that you're protected, right?
I love that. That's very, very smart. Wonderful gift. Put their favorite gift cards in here. Put their, you know, maybe start them with their first credit card if they are of age. But what is the point of having all of that? What is the point of having a lock on their door where they are at school if something that is so valuable? This is their finances. This is their credit card. They're not even home with you. Or it's your credit card. It's your husband's credit cards or debit cards, anything. I was told now they don't even have to have that chip inside. Some of the cards now are built with the frequency inside the card. So don't take a chance. Never leave your home without your cards, your personal information being protected. And with this type of wallet, the RFID, it makes it like a vault, and that's what you want.
I love it. Ida from New Jersey, we hear you just picked up on one of our TravelSmith wallets for your husband.
Yes, I did.
Good.
Yes, I did. You have the perfect wallet. It's exactly the type of wallet he always buys.
See, and men are funny like that. You know, they either like the bifold or they like the trifold. They want the leather. They're very particular. And now this one is also now peace of mind with that protection. Was that important to you as well, Ida?
Very important, very important. I bought him his last wallet on HSN, and it's getting a little dingy now, and I know he needs to replace it, and this was perfect. I couldn't be happier.
Oh, I'm so thrilled, and what a great value today on top of that.
A fantastic value.
Yes. Well, we're going to get it right out. Did you choose the brown or the black? What does he prefer?
I chose the brown.
Great, great. And it's a true, nice, rich brown, too.
Yeah, like a cognac.
Yes,
Like,
it's the exact wallet he uses. He's very picky. And I said, oh, my God, I said, this is so perfect.
Oh, I'm thrilled that you were watching. We're going to get it right out to you. Thank you so much for calling and sharing your day with us. We so appreciate it, Ida. Bye-bye. Yeah, sometimes it takes to think, okay, when my husband or my son just, you know, came home and threw his wallet down on the counter or in his desk, what did it look like? You know, is it starting to shred at the top? Is everything falling out? Is it protected? Now you know that it is. We have the final 90 seconds. Tell us what you're showing us one more time here.
Well, what I'm showing you is that if you have a card, it has a chip. And you see, do you see how this is a good example? This card is white. Do you see that? It doesn't have that gold little logo that they're saying is the actual chip. Look, this is a completely white card. It is built in, but when I put it near one of these scanners, okay? If I put it near the scanner, this is saying it can only take so many numbers, so I'm just going to erase some, but they're capturing your first name, your last name, the CVC code, which is the 3 digits on the back, the account number, the your zip code, everything they need, the actual numbers of the card to steal from you, from your bank account, from your credit card, whatever your limit is. They can max it out. Then you have to deal with the bank, as opposed to just putting it in a wallet like this, and then you can put it any way you put it. They are not able to capture that number, that account number, the expiration date, your name, all of that. I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel secure. You can be organized, and you can do it in a very stylish way for yourself and for your male loved ones.
And you don't wait till it happens, because that's the worst feeling in the entire world. And believe me, it can happen anywhere. I know we don't want to think that, but it's unfortunately the truth. So black or brown, first time at this special price, and I want to remind everyone the only scheduled travel show a clearance. So please check us out on hsn.com. Thank you, Alexandra.
Thank you, Lynn. It was a nice time.
We're going to see you with the amazing Today's Special.